in CHaSS, our motto is Think, Discover, Create. And we're going to use this today to take you on a quick tour of our programs and resources just to give you some insights about CHaSS and all the things that make CHaSS, as we like to say, CHaSS-tastic. So I'm going to start with Think. And what I'm going to ask you to do is think about what excites you the most. What is it you really enjoy doing? What are your hobbies? What are things you like to read? What are the things that interest you most in the world? The reason I'm asking you to think about that is because CHaSS has a lot to offer. And sometimes that can be overwhelming, but we think it's great that there's so many ways in which you can take that direction. So if we think about majors, if you're here listening today, you probably know that we have a lot to offer. We have over 25 majors in 8 different departments. You'll see the departments listed on the slide here. And there's just so much going on in CHaSS that really it gives you the option to take what it is you love and find a way to put that into your college degree. So ask yourself, where could CHaSS take you? Our college is home to people who have gone on to earn their licensure, whether it's as a social worker, whether it's in education. We also are home to a number of politicians. Here I have several examples at the federal level, at the state level, even at the local level. Mayor Holly Daines is one of our proud alumni. You also have options to go on to law school. Our JCOM department enjoys 100% placement. That's a great and exciting field to be in, journalism and communications. And we also have some of the highest acceptance rates to medical school coming out of our degrees. So really, the sky's the limit, and it really just depends on what might interest you the most while you're at USU. The other great option is to customize your degree further by adding a minor. And the nice thing about CHaSS is that most of our majors don't require so many credit hours that you're prevented from adding a minor. So in most cases, you have the opportunity to go on to customize your degree to give it that sort of special something that makes it your own. And here you can see just some of the minors we have to offer in CHaSS. Again, with over 25 plus degrees and 40 plus minors, there is something for everyone and the opportunity to really take what you love and do it well. The other thing that we'd like to underscore in CHaSS is that we really do pride ourselves on preparing students for the real world. You'll see in this top corner that there are the top 5 skills employers typically look for: critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, professionalism, oral and written communication, and leadership. And the great thing about all of our degrees, regardless of the major you choose, you're going to leave our college with those skills. We emphasize critical thinking. We emphasize oral and written communication. We have many opportunities to build leadership skills, and some of those skills are even certifiable. Here I have several examples of certificates that CHaSS offers. This is yet another way outside of adding a minor that you can customize your degree and have something to leave with that employers will be interested to see. So know as well that in CHaSS, certificates are so important to us that we're actually in the process of developing a lot of new programs that will be coming your way next year. So now I'm going to hand things over to Claire, who's going to tell us a bit about our next point, Discover.
So one thing with CHaSS is that it allows students to discover your passion. So one reason that I love CHaSS is that it's enabled me to study and pursue what I love. And I think that that was something that kind of stressed me out when I was thinking about going to college. Is, you know, there were things that I knew I was passionate about, but I didn't know how I'd be able to turn that into a job. And through CHaSS, I've been able to figure out how I can apply that into the real world, how I can apply that into the workforce. And we can move on and talk a little bit about experience. CHaSS has a lot of options to do learn by doing, which is great for students because it's really hands-on. And those are things such as internships, field work, and labs. It gives you professional experience while you're still a student. So some examples of that would be, you know, we have students that intern with federal and state governments, lobbying firms, think tanks, and they're able to take what they've been learning inside the classroom, but apply real life skills and figure out how that connection between, you know, the classroom and real life develops. JCOM majors can work in news outlets like Utah Public Radio, Aggie Radio on campus, Aggie TV, and also work for the Utah Statesman. Anthropology students get to go on field work experiences and, be able to learn about different things that they've been taught within their classes. They're able to see that firsthand. And then lastly, social work students are able to complete a field practicum. And so, for example, that's my major, so I know a little bit more about that. But so next fall and spring, I'll be in an agency in Cache Valley, 15 hours a week, so that by the time I graduate, I'm able to take my licensing exam to become a licensed social worker. But also, I'll be able to see if that is the type of social work that I'm interested of going into. And if not, then, I've been able to check it off before I've even graduated from college, which I think is a really great opportunity for students. Next, we can go on to research opportunities. CHaSS is awesome because they provide so many research opportunities for their students. I really think it's a way to perfect your writing and reasoning skills, and that's something that employers want to see. And then you can also put it on your resume as well as have something to set you apart from other applicants and go ahead and put those, like talking about them within your first interviews. I think that's really helpful for students. But there's a lot of different research opportunities available within the college, such as like right now as we're going through the COVID-19 crisis, the history department at UT is actively looking at the history of social medicine and how that is directly applying to COVID. International studies students have worked with faculty to create a website called Aggies Go, and it's a geopolitical observatory website, and they're able to post their own information, but also work with faculty to create posts for people around the world to look at. And lastly, a documentary by the broadcast journalism students was aired on public television last year, and it touched on the 150 years of the Transcontinental Railroad, which is awesome because it gives students an opportunity to broadcast the work that they've been doing and showcase why they're passionate about their major within CHaSS. And then lastly, CHaSS allows students to go outside the classroom. So one thing that I've loved about CHaSS is that I've learned so much within the classroom, but also I've had those hands-on experiences outside. So for example, our global communication program, the international studies program, and language majors are able to gain global perspectives by going on study abroad trips, and also being able to apply, those language skills that they've been practicing inside the classroom in a real world setting. There's also service learning trips, and that helps students get hands-on experiences with working with other people. One thing within CHaSS, I had a friend actually go on this a few years ago. It's called the Civil Rights Pilgrimage. That's exclusive to CHaSS. And so you're able to go and learn all about civil rights and the history of civil rights within our country and how you can do that within your life now and within your field of study. And then lastly, the Institute of Government and Politics is present at Utah State, which actually is headed by two alum from CHaSS. But it allows students to gain internship opportunities in the local, federal, and state governments, and they can do internships in places like Salt Lake City, Washington, D.C., New York, Brussels. There's a lot of different opportunities, and students are able to get credits for those experiences as well.
Thank you, Claire. So I'm going to spend the last part talking a bit about our create part of our motto. So we've talked a little bit already about what we can offer you through programs, through research, through opportunities to go outside the classroom. But another thing that's really important is figuring out what it is you want to take from your degree and choosing the path that's right for you. And that may actually involve taking our wonderful faculty and the courses that we offer and applying them to other experiences that can help you build additional leadership skills and make you more career ready when your time comes to graduate. So I'm going to start here with clubs, and there are simply too many to even fit on my slide. But just know that CHaSS is home to a number of clubs, whether they're professional student organizations or language and culture clubs, honor societies, writing clubs, and our speech and debate team, which is literally award-winning. So we're really proud of them. But this is a great way to round out your experience further. Let's say, for example, you've learned a language through a service trip or another experience, or you've spoken one at home, but you don't necessarily want to take the time to minor or major in a language, but you want to keep up those language skills. The language clubs, for example, are a great way to do that because they give you the opportunity to practice with other speakers of the language without having to invest in a major or a minor. Similarly, a lot of those clubs can help you develop leadership skills if you serve on the club leadership itself, if you want to be a club secretary or club president. Those are great ways to build your resume. The thing I'm really proud of, especially because it's within my wheelhouse, is our alumni programming. And I'm really pleased to say that our students are going places. I have the opportunity through my position to speak to people who were once where you are now, thinking about just starting college, and now they enjoy successful careers in a diversity of fields. We've talked about some of them already: government, education, law, business, healthcare, tech. Really, the sky is the limit, and it's up to you. And we have so many resources available for our students to help them connect with our alumni and actually learn from their experiences to figure out what might be the best opportunity for me as far as an internship goes. How could I locate a mentor who might be able to help me and steer my path as I enter the job market and move on toward working toward specific goals? You can see these are just 3 examples of alumni that we've had fortunate to participate in our programming recently. And you can see that they're working at a diversity of companies in a diversity of positions, and they're here for you. So we enjoy those robust alumni connections for our students. And we're proud of what our students go on to do, and proud that they're willing to come back and speak to current students and offer career advice. And finally, CHaSS is home to a number of resources that also go beyond the classroom. These include things like the Center for Anticipatory Intelligence, the Writing Center, which can help students who are in classes, regardless of what they are, to ensure that their writing projects are top-notch when they're turned in. We're also home of the Digital Folklore Project, the Museum of Anthropology, Utah Public Radio, the Intensive English Language Institute, and of course, CHaSS Advising is here for you and ready to answer questions. If you have specific questions about transfer credits, about getting into classes, about setting up your class schedule, our advisors are ready and willing to meet with you. So Claire, if you would then end today by telling us where students can go with all of this.
Yeah, so we were able to ask some CHaSS students what they'd want to tell incoming students and what they just want them to know about their college experience, specifically within CHaSS. And the number one thing that we all agreed on was that you should do something you love and you should do something that makes you happy. So CHaSS students were, we focused on being able to sorry, let me rephrase that. CHaSS students are able to have 2 majors or even add a minor on because our programs are so flexible. You're able to learn skills like conflict resolution and leadership skills all within your classes. You're able to study what you're passionate about. And you're able to gain mentorship opportunities from our college, especially that's why it's so important to make relationships with your professors, because you're able to gain those relationships and professors want to help you and want to help you succeed. And also they want to know what you're passionate about and why you're passionate about it. Overall, I just think that CHaSS is a great college and that, I've had a really great experience within CHaSS. I'm really glad I actually switched from the College of Education after my freshman year. And I've just I loved that opportunity and that experience as well, but I've just really seen myself grow a lot throughout, and I'm really glad for that opportunity.
If you have specific questions for me or for Claire, our information is here. Or if there are questions today that we're not able to answer today, we'd love to follow up with you. So if you need help, these are some resources to get you connected to the help you might need or the answers that you're looking for.